Fog Wrestling back again with another Monday Night Raw review. We're looking at the 15th of May 2023 edition of the show. And I'll tell you what, there's a reason why practically nobody in the UK would stay up and watch this show. Because, I mean, right, let's just put this in actual perspective, right, for all the Americans out there. See, if we want to watch Raw, Raw starts at 1 a.m. and finishes about 4:15 here in the morning. In the morning. In the UK, right? So let's just put that out there. I remember watching people here on YouTube review wrestling for the States. The Brad Rules, if you remember him. I think he doesn't really do wrestling anymore, but he would always complain about, oh, you'd always be too tired by the time it got to like 10 to review it. 10 o'clock at night, folks, man. We're having to stay up to the next day just to finish watching the show, let alone having to factor in a review. But anyway, guys, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn kick off this show, and it's just, oh, it's a pain. It's a pain in my ass. Honestly, like, who cares about these guys? Come out, oh, well, we wanted to destroy the bloodline, but Roman Reigns is doing a pretty good job of that. Basically, like, how dare Roman Reigns want to take our titles, eh? He's already got the undisputed title, eh? For 1,000 days, eh? He's not getting these, eh? And then the Judgment Day came out. Balor says, well, the line starts behind me on Monday nights, so you better get used to it, Sammy and Kevin Owens. Yeah, who cares, honestly? Who actually... I'm sick. See Owens and saying, I think Owens is probably going to turn it, say that pay-per-view, and Reigns is going to have about 20 belts to his name, but I don't care. I'm actually fucking sick of the same old people. Sami Zayn was good with the bloodline stuff. See this stuff? It's garbage. Him and Kevin, we're best friends, Owens. Yeah, we defeated the bloodline. What? No. Next up, Nakamura takes on The Miz. You really saw how bad Monday Night Raw, how bad the roster is tonight. You really did see it. You've literally only got fucking Cody Rhodes. And that's it. You've got Cody Rhodes. Seth Rollins wasn't even on the show. Well, there was stuff about Seth Rollins on the show, which we'll get to, but Jesus, man, this was bad. But we have Nakamura picking up his first victory on Raw. He defeats The Miz. This has kind of been a mini feud over the past couple of weeks, but The Miz, this means nothing for Nakamura. Let's be real, this means absolutely nothing. Who cares? Nakamura wins. Out come Imperium. Gunther walks about. He stands on top of the announce table. He's like, the ring is sacred. There's going to be a battle royal to see who's going to take on me, the Intercontinental Champion, at Night of Champions. It's going to be a battle royal filled with absolute fucking jabronis, and whoever wins will take on the biggest, flabbiest fucking jabroni of them all, Gunther. Pretty much word for word what Gunther said. We then have part one of Seth Rollins' championship pedigree. We go back to 2012 when he defeated Jinder Mahal for the NXT Championship in the finale of the tournament. Wah, wah, wah. Who honestly cares about this? No, me. Then we have Rollins and Styles get another wee promo. It's like, oh, they're battling. It's going to be Rollins versus AJ Styles at WWE Night of Champions. Again, this match, it was kind of predictable they were going to go with these two. I mean, I think it'll be a good match, I do, but there's just something about this title that's like properly lacking. And yeah, it doesn't really matter who out of Rollins or Styles. I don't know. They're going to do something miraculous to make this title feel important, and because they can't feud with each other. 'Cause, I mean, what's actually going on? Wait, honestly, we're just looking at it, right? How the hell are SmackDown even involved with this fucking title? That to me was the first red flag. We kind of ranted about it like 2 weeks ago, but Jesus, man, not good. We then have the Battle Royal with the likes of Bronson Reed, Otis, Chad Gable, Mustafa Ali, Matt Riddle, who Imperium cost for some weird reason. And eventually it comes down to Bronson Reed, Ricochet, and Mustafa Ali. Bronson Reed picks up Ricochet on the outside apron, and then Mustafa Ali with a drop kick to eliminate both of them. I mean, that was an alright wee spot at the end to win the match. You look at the actual state of people in this match, man, and you seriously wonder how the fuck this is Monday Night Raw. We used to grow up, right, back in the day, with stars, legends of this business, actual Hall of Famers, not Nikki and Brie Bella, Hall of Famers, Legends contract, Alicia Fox. No, I'm talking about The Rock, Stone Cold, Undertaker, Kurt Angle, Triple H, Shawn Michaels. Need I go fucking on, folks? And this, look at this Battle Royal. See, back in the day, man, when you got a Battle Royal, it was star-studded, right? And even if it wasn't star-studded, you had about 20 people in it, right? And you had like about 5 fucking main eventers. And then like the rest, I mean, and then you like the rest of the people in the match. Say it's like 2002, 2003 Raw. You could have like Jericho, Rob Van Dam, Booker T. And they're not even your stars, that's just your upper mid-cards. It's like, oh, take us back to those promised times, eh? But Mustafa Ali wins though. He's going to take on Gunther. He runs into Gunther backstage. Of course, he's got his whole positivity character going at the minute. Okay, I mean, obviously he's not watching this fucking show. He must be on drugs. Mustafa Ali to be positive about anything about wrestling. Becky Lynch then comes out. She says, "We all deal with our problems behind the scenes. We all have to put on a mask." Top of the morning to you, laddie. We have to put on a mask. Pretty much coming out and talking about mental health. Yeah, you know what? The only actual thing that affects my mental health, and you know what? All that stuff's a myth. Fucking man up, right? Oh, you can't say it. I did. I just did say it, right? Just man the fuck up. We need men, not fucking pansies, alright? And Becky Lynch calls herself the man. Well, I guess the man in 2023 means a whole different fucking meaning than it did 20 odd years ago. But anyway, Becky Lynch basically talk about mental health. You know what? I'll be honest. I tugged the promo off after 15 seconds because I'm not listening to it. I'm not listening to someone pander about mental health on fucking wrestling. Okay, yeah. So that happened. Rhea Ripley confronts Natalya back. This looks like the next feud for the title. So again, awful. Like what's going on here between Natalya and Rhea Ripley? How is this a feud? Natalya's been a bum for fucking years. Basically the 15 years she's been here. Comes out with a who cares? Nobody cares. I actually fucking hate Natalya. Plastic Botox faced bastard. And I hate Rhea Ripley. Man shoulders Ripley. Anyway, we have JD McDonough cutting a promo. We Vignette, the Irish Ace. It's here to stay. Oh yeah. And yeah, I think he battered somebody in that Royal Rumble as well, or the Battle Royal. So yeah, if you care about that, then fair play to you. Up next, we have Dominic Mysterio taking on Xavier Woods with Rhea Ripley, of course, in his corner. And this match was really only going to go one way, wasn't it? Dominic Mysterio winning via a Rhea Ripley intervention, interfering in this matchup, and that's pretty much exactly the way this went. Exactly. And no surprise here, Xavier Woods has been giving it the big in the last couple of weeks. Oh, I want a new brand, I have to fend for myself, I've got no tag team partners, I'm going to win the... Nah, mate, you're going to win, hee-haw. We then cut backstage, right? We've got Nikki Cross sitting on top of like a bin or something, and so he starts talking to her, and she's just rocking back and forth, eating her hair, and... I mean, this is good acting, like, but at the same time, I think it just proves that Nikki Cross is a fucking mongoloid, but Candice LeRae says, "You can't call her that." And then she's like, "Oh, Candice, what you doing here? I thought you'd be with your weirdo family." She's like, "Well, you can't call them that. How about we settle this in the ring?" She's like, "Yeah, I'll see you out there." So what, is this going to happen next week or something? It doesn't really happen. JD McDonough then is backstage. He basically explains why he battered, I think it was Dolph Ziggler, after, like, during the Battle Royal. Yeah, it's just... I mean, it's cool to see that like they've brought up a few NXT people and it makes it feel a wee bit fresh. But again, it's not really exactly what you're after here. Then we have Apollo Crews, we Vignette. I enjoyed this. I enjoyed most of Apollo Crews' vignettes. So again, but it's weird because Apollo Crews already been on the main roster. He was here 6 years ago, even after that. So yeah, who knows? But Indus Sheer have arrived and they take on local talent, local jabronis. And again, Indus Sheer win. Corey Graves is like, I didn't even take the time to learn these two gentlemen's name. Now, is he on about the local jobbers or the two guys in Indus Sheer? Because I wouldn't be surprised if it's either way. But of course, Indus Sheer win here. We then get part 2 of Seth Rollins' championship pedigree. We basically just go through his career and, you know, the authority, and then he's beat Ambrose, he's beat Roman Reigns, all this shite, and he's injured Sting, he's beat Triple H, he's beat Brock Lesnar, blah blah blah. No one really cares. Cody Rhodes then tells Brock Lesnar, "You're not the next big thing, you're in my way." I mean, it's alright for Cody, but it's just a bit boring, isn't it? It seems like when Brock ain't there, the only thing Cody's got is these like promos, and like they're good, but why? Why? See, back in the day, right? People get interviewed backstage, but like those segments were still like pretty integral part of the show. Like if you think of like really funny segments or just like important segments, like The Rock, like the Rock did in 6 Man Armageddon promo backstage. Austin talking about the 2002 Royal Rumble, he's like, I drank another beer. Like all these iconic moments, like why can't Cody Rhodes get interviewed backstage? I don't get it. I get it. Oh, but he wants to. Maybe the argument is they want him to come out and be in front of the crowd. They were promised Cody Rhodes. I don't know, man. Personally, it's a bit fucking garbage. Yeah, Roman Reigns promo. Well, I say promo, it's like a promo package. He's going to take all the belts essentially. Imperium meet Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn backstage, and they agree to fight next week. Who's going to? I don't care. Honestly, I could not care less about this. Of course, Liv Morgan's out injured, so we've got Raquel Rodriguez taking on Chelsea Green. Raquel Rodriguez wins. I thought initially that this match was going to be for the belt or something like that, but it's not actually for the belt, so don't worry. Do not worry about it. Alright, folks, it's alright. It's safe. It's no bad. But Raquel Rodriguez here makes her way to the ramp basically to go backstage, and then out of nowhere we have a returning Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler. And Ronda Rousey, right, at one point, maybe even when she first joined WWE, was a fucking superstar, known worldwide, and here she is after like a few years in WWE. Her first run was so much better, may I add. But here we are, right? She's returned, what, about a year and a half now? 15 months, 16 months. And complete mediocrity. Feels like she was never Ronda Rousey, the UFC star, movie star. Just feels like an absolute bum. And it just shows you the effect that WWE can have on people's fucking careers, honestly. We then have Apollo Crews backstage saying he can't wait to get back to doing great things, and Byron Saxton's interviewing him, so not exactly brilliant. And he also interviews Mustafa Ali, who says he's not actually worried about Gunther. Then we have our main event. We have the Judgment Day versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. An alright match, but holy moly, I actually didn't quite believe that the Judgment Day were going to pick up the win here, but they did. Albeit, yes, Imperium got involved, but I'm really surprised that Sami Zayn and Owens lost. But it's kind of stupid because like when they have matches against the Usos, like they kick out about 8 fucking times out of all the finishers. Here it's like one coup de grace, and that's it. 1, 2, 3, match is over. Again, yeah, I know world title matches are more important, like matches at Mania. Yes, that allows for more false kickouts and all that stuff. But I feel like there needs to be a middle ground that we're not quite getting, guys. But anyway, that was your Monday Night Raw. It was not that good. In the slightest, to be honest. It was pretty fucking garbage. And if I had to rate it out of 10, I'm looking at it. I mean, there's just nothing. Like, this feels like the first. I know the brand split's been going a wee while now, but this feels like the first. It feels a bit different to last week. I feel like we got to see a lot more people who's actually going to be here. We saw returns. We saw the Battle Royal that showcased a lot of these people. And it just showed this Raw roster is fucking dead. Like, the only way this. Like, what's missing for Raw is like Trish and Brock. That was like the only. I mean, and I'm not saying Trish and Brock can't add to the product, right? Of course they can. But like, what about the people that's going to be there on a consistent basis? They are just no there. And it amazes me that this show's 3 hours and like it struggles to produce anything fucking good. Honestly, like I do not get it. See, back in the day when the roster was jacked and full of fucking stars and great fucking people, man, the amount more you could have done with the extra hour. And here we are with an extra hour and we can't even produce anything for free. Anyway though, I'm going to give this show a 1 out of 10. Absolute garbage, full of jabronis. And aye guys, until next time, I want you to leave your thoughts down below. Until NXT, the women's tournament continues on NXT. But until next time, peace.